Hey guys, this is Warwick from Casual Chess, back for another 5-minute game today. You may have noticed recently on my channel that I've been absent for a little while. That's because I'm going to be making a couple of updates to the channel coming soon, and maybe just change the focus of the content slightly. So, just a heads up for that. Thought I'd let you know. But nothing too crazy. We'll still be focusing on chess, absolutely. But just maybe changing the way we do that. It occurs to me, and I've been told by a friend of mine, that potentially I was aiming a little bit too high for people who were beginners at chess, and not being as inclusive of those people as I could. So I'd really like to bring more people into the game of chess. That's one of the most important things for me. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on doing just a little bit more from now on. So expect that to come soon. I encourage you to subscribe if you would like it. We'll be focusing on some tactics and techniques, and otherwise we'll still be playing regular games just like normal. So okay, back to the game that we're playing at the moment though, the game at hand. I'm trying to protect this knight in the center of the board, the knight currently on the d4 square here. But I'm a little bit worried about the pawn on b2. I think what I'll do is I will play knight to... I was going to play rook to b1, but I think I'll play knight to b3. Reasonable development towards the center of the board here. And I may be able to kick that bishop and the queen away. I've been placed in a pin there at the moment. I don't find this to be a particularly big deal at the moment. I'll play now rook c1, defending that piece there. Still no problems with this at the moment. I'm going to play bd3 now. Okay. Fairly expected here. That bishop will be forced to drop back to another square. I am assuming it's going to be back here to d6. And it is indeed. Okay. I now have the opportunity to castle, so I'm going to do that, recognizing that I'm being threatened on this square here. Double attack there now, so I'm protecting it by playing g3 forward. I'll develop the knight to the center of the board there, and I'm expecting a move now, potentially bishop to a3, something like this. Okay, this will be an error for my opponent now, so I'm going to take on this square here. Oh, actually that's not an error. I was thinking that I was attacked only once by the rook there, but I'm also attacked by the bishop if I take on that square. So what we'll do is we'll move queen to c2. After queen to c2, we're stacking up on this square a little bit more. f4 now. Okay, so if I was to take there, my opponent would retake, I would retake, my opponent would retake, and then the queen would retake. Okay, so this isn't sounding so good. What I'll do is I'll move up with my king there, king g2, and I'll still look to pile up on the f5 square. h3 now to kick the queen back. The queen will be forced to move. Okay, she's moved back to g6. I think I'll move the knight back here now, f3, looking potentially to redirect through to the h4 square. No, I'm actually going to move back to the nd4 square. And back again. I'd really like to exchange one of my knights off the board for a bishop. After h5 I'll now play h4, again still looking to pile up on the f5 square. Okay. c4 now. I'm aware of the fact that I've lost my e3 pawn, but I did pick up some other pawns in exchange. Queen b3 now. And I've made an error. My opponent can take there, and then after retakes with the bishop, he can retake with the queen. The question is, will he see it? Okay, probably with that I think I'll resign, guys. Unfortunately, there's not really going to be a good way for me to win going forward here. So, looking for any final possible moves. Not seeing any, unfortunately. Alright, I think that'll be the resignation for us. I'll take on that square there, and then after retakes with the queen, we'll call it quits. Damn, a little bit out of practice there. We're still over that 1400 rating, but some errors, especially towards the end there. We might have been able to stay in the game. I think, yeah, so moving up to b3 was a bad idea. If I had moved to... where would I have moved to instead? b1 still protects the bishop here from the queen, as you can see. It also protects the rook, and I'm not seeing a way for my opponent to make major progress. In fact, we are still lined up on the f5 pawn, so if I could find a way to protect my rook if I move my pieces away, potentially something like rook c8, rook e1, queen d4, and takes f5, bishop takes f5, bishop takes f5. Queen d5, be4, queen d4. Something like this would give me some advantage, I think, through the middle there, simply because I've got slightly more advanced pawns. I've still got a strong defending piece in the rook, currently on e1, and the queen on b1. All of my pieces are working in coordination as well. You can see this triangle here. Mutually supporting pieces. I think I would have a reasonable go. So, okay, those are the lessons I can learn. Obviously, my opponent didn't necessarily have to play out like that. He could have played something different, but so be it. We lost this one, some learning to do. Now, I won't get into the analysis for today. We'll call the game quits there, so please leave the video a like if you liked it, and if you didn't, that's okay. Please let me know what I could do to improve. Just to flag again some changes on the YouTube channel coming up in the future. A friend of mine recommended to maybe create a bit more beginner content for those who haven't experienced a lot of chess before or who might like to learn. So that's what I'll be doing in the future, creating a bit of a tutorial how-to series. Might not be for everyone, but that's okay. We'll give it a go, we'll see how it works out. But I'll still intend to produce some of the original typical content of daily games for all of you who are interested in that. So this will be coming up in the next few weeks, and stick around, subscribe so you can see that coming when it hits. Alright, thanks guys, bye.